loneliness that is coming from this is kind of like a blessing in disguise. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Hello, my name is Rennie. It is so good to meet you, and if you are returning, it is so good to see you again, and I hope you are doing well. For today's video, we're going to be doing chapter, or why did I say chapter? I don't know if I've been calling these chapters. I haven't done this video in a really long time. Haven't done these. We are going to be doing a diary entry 5 of the Lonely Girl series. Like I said, I have not done a lot with this series in a bit, but as I've said before, but if you're new, I want this to be like documentation of me exploring my 20s and living and existing and doing all the things. So my hair is a wreck right now because I just got out of the bath. I shaved. I have this new shirt I thrifted. I heart NY. I thought it was cute, and then I have this undershirt, so I put it on, and then I'm just wearing like these black, like kind of like trousery pants. Anyways, I just felt like talking today, and I want to do my makeup. I'm going to go see my girlfriend in a bit, and I've been on a roll with doing stuff, so I'm just cranking them out and doing the most I can, you know? Talking about loneliness in your 20s. Specifically, after you graduate. I got my bag. I got my mirror, I got my coffee, and my little drink, like water. I'm gonna be giving you how I feel right now in this current stage in my life. So I'm 22 currently, and I am going to be 23 on October 14th. It's next month. Oh, wow. Anyways, I'm gonna be 23 next month. I like sometimes don't even believe it's September. I'm gonna put some moisturizer on. I digress. It's been kind of like interesting to like not be in school anymore. And I kind of talked a little bit about this in my packing with me before I left, like packing my room up and like kind of acknowledging the fact that I was gonna actually like miss people, because I'm not gonna lie to you, college was a little bit rough for me. I don't mean that in like any like crazy intense way. It's just I think it was rough for me. I just think I could have done things a little bit differently. Not saying that that would have changed really anything, because I just feel like the person I am did not really mesh with a lot of the people that I was around in school. And I just felt this very like scarcity comparison mindset where I just kind of like, I just felt very like I said in my last video, like instead of rising to the occasion, I kind of just like floundered. And I don't mean it in like a depressing way. I'm just saying like factual evidence of how I felt in the situation. But yeah, so like that was kind of like the thing for me, was that I just felt very like lonely, even when I was around a lot of people. I think a lot of people do, and I think it's a lot to do with like social media and like phones and technology. Because you know, like if you don't have your support system or feel like you really have a big support system, you're not gonna feel great. Because it could just be one person that supports you, and that would be like enough. You know, I think that when I was in school, I wanted a lot of validation from my peers and from the people I was dancing with to acknowledge that I'm a good dancer. I don't need somebody to tell me that I can dance. I mean, I got in the same program as you, so clearly there was a reason why I'm here. Just like I know that I have a lot to offer as an artist. So it just is very interesting to me of how I went kind of back to this like fucked up mindset of being very like hard on myself. Like I would, when my like girlfriend first met me, she was like, damn, like you're so different at school versus when you're just, you know, like outside. And I like feel like more myself when I'm not in that collegiate, you know, area. And I think that it had a lot to do with like internal like figuring shit out, you know, growing as a person. But also I think it had a lot to do with the environment I was in. And I don't think that that's bad, and I'm not saying anything that I would take back anything. I'm just saying it was very lonely. I should probably say I'm making this video because if you don't really know anything about me and you didn't watch the last video, I'll link it down below, but that video I explained, and I think I've explained a little bit in a few of my videos in the past when I was still in school. I was like the COVID year, my senior year of high school. So all of my kind of like hopes and dreams to go right off to a school kind of like got pushed back a year. I went to community college for a year, but I did apply to SU during my senior year, but last minute. And I was kind of scared to like just jump ship in a place where I just got a recommendation from a musical theater major that it would be a good school. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So I waited. I took my time, took a break from dance, from just like everything. And I missed dance like a lot. And, you know, I just missed everything about it. It was like it's part of my identity. It's part of what makes me me, and I want to do it for the rest of my life, as much as physically, mentally, spiritually I can. So yeah, that's like kind of been the thing for me. But I like just, you know, came back to Shenandoah, talked to the head, talked to the teachers, and then I got put in with the Shenco class that is seniors this year that are basically all of my friends. It's just a little sad because watching, not saying that my senior year wasn't good. I'm not saying I'm not grateful of graduating at the moment that I should have, which was with my actual class. It's just I didn't really know any of them that well. And you know, they had all this time to like blossom and grow and, you know, really like support each other and be a cohort. And as cringy as that is to say, I just didn't feel like I had that with them, and I felt like I had that with the class of 2026. And then now I just kind of feel like I'm like distant from them still. Like I'm kind of like what my senior solo was about. Just like someone that is heard of and known, but only known from what they see. Nothing like, not the actual depth of a person, just like what you hear about me, you know, what you see on social media, like stuff like that. And I mean, I could be making this really deep, but this is just a series where I share my thoughts, and, you know, I think it's a cool series to just be vulnerable and share, and whoever watches, hopefully this helps in some way. I just guess I feel like distant from the senior year I could have had and the college experience I could have had, and I feel like that got gypped and taken away from me in a way, but also it was my choice to graduate early, quote unquote, for the program, but on time for me. And I fought very hard because I was promised when I first entered the school that I would be given that, and then that was kind of like not like a thing, and it became a thing again. It was just very up in the air. Communication wasn't there fully, and, you know, I ended up graduating and, you know, doing all that. But like, I've reached out to so many people, and I feel like it's just like I'm losing those friends, like we're outgrowing each other, and it's just like kind of sad, you know? thinking about like my experience in dance and my experience like going 40 hours a week plus like rehearsals on the weekend and, you know, back-to-back things and always living near each other and all this stuff, like, I crave so much space, but like, I do miss it. I miss the good times, and I just think that loneliness that is coming from this is kind of like, I'm gonna say a blessing in disguise, because I feel like the most times that I've ever been lonely like this is when and I don't want to say like have lost friends, because the people that I've met at Shenandoah are, like, a lot of them that I'm friends with are amazing, and that I am not now as close with. They're, you know, they're good people, but like, they're just very like, it's a program where you have to really be honed in on creating yourself as an artist, and like, if you're not there, you're like, you're not talked to, you're not heard of, you're not, you know? And I guess it's just like, I thought the connection would still be there in a way, not saying the exact same, like I'm not seeing you every single day, but, you know, I just thought it would be more than it was, or more than it is. And I don't know, it's just a little sad, but life goes on. And also the cool thing about it is, like, in your 20s, you meet so many people. And like, I've met so many people from the job that I'm doing right now. Like, I've met a lot of people, and I have some friends at work, but it's just like, I don't have that best friend, you know, that girl. Like, I'm craving that girl best friend. And like, you know, it's already weird also too, like, coming out, and like, I've been out for a while, but like, being like feminine, and like, I don't want to call myself a femme, because I feel like I can go either way, and the whole identifying as like a lesbian and stuff, like with my like, how I show myself, like I can be masculine, I can be feminine. I feel like, why not play in all of it? I just feel like I don't have that like, that close female friend anymore. And I crave that a lot. And I guess it's just like, I never really felt it in school either, because all of us are in a conservatory. We're in a very competitive program where we're basically being put against each other in a healthy competitive way, but still a competitive way, where it's not really like, you know, that intimacy is never going to be fully there, because at the end of the day, you're working towards a job. And I guess that's where I'm like, damn, like, yeah, like, I'm in the real world. Like, not saying I'm, like, mad about that, but, like, you know, like, wow, I'm out here and I'm doing my thing, and, like, I am doing the things, but, like, is it lonely? Yes. And, like, I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and she, like, I know I have people. I know I have supporters. I know I have my mom, my dad, my family, my girlfriend. I have people. And even the people that are at Shenandoah are still, like, rooting for me. And I'm rooting for them. But it's just, like, I wanted that intimacy and that connection. And, like, I feel like even if I reach out, it's still just not the same. And I guess I'm just craving that, like, person that I could be like, hey girl, you want to go out? Like, let's go. And like, you know, like, also like, just so many things are changing. I feel like a lot of people around me that were close friends, like, I don't get to really spend as much time with, because we're moving in opposite directions. And the thing I'm trying to get with that is life. And that is kind of how it works, is that like, some of them are only here for seasons, and then some of them are here for a lifetime. And then some, you know, fly in and out. And, you know, like, so it's fine. And I guess I'm just trying to say that I'm excited for the future, because I do believe that, you know, not saying that moving's like the end all be all for my problems, but like, you know, I just feel like pushing myself into an uncomfortable, you know, place. Like, I do feel like California feels great for me, but I've only visited, so it's like still an uncomfortable jump. But I feel like I'm now feeling the gravitational pull of people being pulled away from me, and it's really making me sit down and reflect and think to myself about me and who I am and all of this stuff. And it's like inspirational in a sense, but also at the same time it's fucked at the same time. Like, I'm gonna feel bad, you know what I mean? And I just want to say, like, if you're watching this and you feel that way, you're not alone, and think of it in a positive way of that spin that people are right around the corner. This is showing that you need to show up for yourself and make sure that you're doing good and you're all put together for what's coming, because it's going to be a lot. And so I'm just going to be accepting that. And I feel a lot better. Yesterday I was really emo about it, but now I'm feeling a lot better. And I thought, why not share my thoughts? But I'm going to do my rest of my makeup off camera, and then I will be back.